up, man? How are you?
Good, how are you?
Put your wheels straight, back up, keep going, keep going, keep going. Stop. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a new video. My name is Spencer Berke. Thank you for clicking on this video. Once again, another feature film. We are here down in downtown Los Angeles, filming my good friend Lev's car. Beautiful E92. Not gonna waste any time, let's get right into it. So we've been going back and forth on Instagram for a couple years now, huh?
Yeah, man, it's a long mission. We finally got it done. My name is Lev. My Instagram is should had V8. Basically stands for should have had a V8.
I saw it on Instagram and I saw your plate and I was like, what does that mean? It's like, oh, should have had a V8.
A lot of people give me crap for that. They're like, what'd you do? People think it's like super high definition. I'm on H&R race. I prefer coilovers, but some of my friends recommended H&Rs. This car was more focused on the track build, so they were like, go with the springs, see how you like it. If not, we'll switch to coilovers. So for now, I like it, but I mean, in the future, might change it up. I'm on TE37 RT Special Editions. I actually got these off a friend. He had it for like 2 months, didn't like it. I'm on Michelin Super Sports, 285 in the rear, 275 in the front.
The most obvious thing to me is this color. What is this color? Because this is unbelievable in this lighting right now.
This color is actually an American brand. It's called APA. It's called satin green chrome. So it has a little bit satin, but has a chrome finish to it too. My headlights are basically OEM headlights. I gave it to my friends at Masterminds. They opened it up, blacked out the housing, put the rings around it. So it's just basically like an OEM with a touch-up. They blacked out the housing. You know, I don't know if you guys can tell, they put a little bit of stripes in it to make it look cool, and then the LED halos.
What front grills do you have? Because these are aftermarket, right?
These are aftermarket, yeah. My friend, he ordered from Autotechnic, so I got those from Autotechnic. Most of the carbon fiber parts I got from the car are a Euro plug. The grills I got from Autotechnic.
Well, I have the GT4 front lip, and our good friend Finding Nick has had the GT4 lip. Yeah. He's gone through 100 of them. Let me ask you a question. How have you and I not had any problems with the GT4 front lip, but Nick breaks his every single week?
Well, because we know how to drive.
That's a shot at Nick right there.
Bro, he's on bags, so sometimes, you know, well, one of his lips, actually someone stepped on it.
Oh, yeah.
He was saying that someone stepped on it. And then the other times it's just from bad roads and just, you know.
Well, I noticed too, being here in LA, like I've never driven through this part of LA. I scraped like 10 times.
Yeah, me too. I mean, well, you're probably lower than I am.
Yeah.
I didn't want it too low because the structure where going down is really hard too, so I had to keep all that into consideration. But still, man, I mean, so far so good. My first lip
looks good, man.
The mirror caps are actually OEM. Someone was selling original OEM mirror caps, so I got them online for I think like 350 bucks. This is a comp, yeah, full comp package. You asked me about the color. Underneath is actually more red. I forgot to mention that. A lot of people give me crap for it too. They're like, why are you wrapping a sick color? But I mean, for me, I've wrapped this car twice, so I like to do changes here and there. But it's basically this color underneath it. The door panels. My guy who was wrapping it actually told me, he goes like, just give me some time, let me wrap the door panels. And I was like, bro, just give me my car. The side skirts are all from, like I said, my friend Europlug. Rear diffuser, yeah, I think it's called the GTS. My trunk is, that's the Amuse Ericsson trunk. It's full carbon fiber trunk. Originally, I had it painted and left the strap over here and left this part. I don't know if it's noticeable or not, but I left the plate and a little bit so I could get a little bit of carbon to flow with the car. I told them to leave the stripe out and then this part out, but it's a full carbon fiber trunk. We're in the same boat, brother. I got Valvetronic, fully catless from the front to the back. So I have test pipes, I have an X pipe, no resonators, and the Valvetronic rear section.
How do you like that system so far?
Oh man, it's insane, man. I think it's probably one of the loudest cars I've ever had. Basically open, as you know, it's like a straight pipe through the back, because I mean, test pipes all the way through the back. There's literally zero air restriction. Even the power you can feel as soon as I decatted the car. Oh man, it was just the power right off the bat.
That was the thing I noticed too, is taking off the primary cats, you get like 40 horsepower.
Oh yeah. You gotta deal with the smell, but yeah, it's worth it.
There's a sacrifice that has to be made.
It really is worth it.
I didn't realize this until I think yesterday. You're supercharged.
Supercharged.
Can we see the engine?
Oh heck yeah.
Is that one of your favorite things?
I don't regret any like penny I spent on the Supercharger.
Yeah. And you learned about VF through my videos.
Yep, exactly. I was just telling you about it, yeah. When I was, to be honest, like when like you were telling me you were looking around, shopping around, I saw yours, and then I went on ESS, checked theirs out, and there was, I think, Arab brand. I checked those out, but VF, they're local, you know, seemed like a legitimate company, all the years of experience and all that, so I just decided to go with them.
And your experience so far, how long have you been supercharged for?
Oh man, I supercharged right off the bat. I bought the car originally with 8,000 miles, so I just wanted to do like a little braking period. As soon as I hit, I believe, 15,000 miles or around there, I supercharged it, did my rod bearings right afterwards, you know, just to make the motor bulletproof, basically. After that, yeah, man, I've been loving it. People just, you know, think it's a regular M3. They pull next to you, you know, they just want to like have some fun. But as soon as they hear the blow-off valve, they're like, oh, hold on, 28,800.
And what year is it again?
2011.
You said you dated this car.
I dated this car too, yep. I have other cars, but this car is just, like every day when I'm like, let me take that, I'm like, nah, I'll take my M3. Yeah, my interior, I have aftermarket seats, Brom. It's actually not a one-piece seat, which most of the aftermarket seats are. So this actually does recline. It goes back and forth, so you can put it to your preference. In the Canyons, it's a little bit, you know, because it's a two-piece, so sometimes it like wiggles a little bit, but it's super comfortable, it's super wide, so you just get in there, it fits tight. I mean, I like it, man. I don't know. A lot of people like the one-piece, but this grew on me more and more, so.
Obviously, these seats are white. Is it hard to keep these clean?
Honestly, bro, my detail guy just every Friday just touches up on it. I don't keep anything in my car. I just sit in it. Like, I mean, I don't even like most of the time eat or drink in my car. Actually, when I bought the car, the only thing that I hated about the car was I had bamboo trim. So I had my friend wrap it in carbon fiber, and then he went around and wrapped these as well. Definitely.
And then you have a steering wheel too.
Yeah, I got it from Marshimaro's website. It's the Alcantara one with the red stripe. My car was originally red, so I went with the red stripe. Probably should have went with white. I think I was going with white, but he said there was a red one available only, so I was like, just send it over. Paddle shifters are Autotech. Compared to the OEM ones, which are so small, and like, I don't prefer the color, but these ones are pretty, like, you could basically shift it from the bottom, from the top.
Do you use your sunroof?
Honestly, I would much prefer a carbon roof like everyone else does, but when I found this car, 8,000 miles, one owner, I was like, you know what, I don't care about this anymore. You know, like when I go to the beach, sometimes I open it, but other than that, it's just like this. I'm thinking about getting a roll cage. It's slowly growing on me after seeing yours and a couple of my friends. The fact of losing my back seat sometimes is not a good thing for me because I have a baby. Sometimes I put her in the back and we go driving. It's pretty cool and stuff, yeah. Future mods, maybe get some coilovers. There's almost everything done to it.
With the VF Supercharger, which kit do you have?
I have the 600 kit. I am going to upgrade the police just to get a little bit more power. Right now it's just at the stock VF setup, obviously with just the added on blow-off valve.
What brand is that?
Tile. I'm gonna go with the 3.6 pulley. I do have the VF transmission tune as well. So basically what happened was this. Seeing your videos, I hit up VF, I was like, let me get your ECU and TCU tune. The TCU is the transmission, obviously. They told me, you know, come by, we'll do it. When I went and did it, I came back, you know what, honestly with these natural aspirated cars, it's disappointing, bro. These ECUs, and you don't really feel that much of a difference. You might gain a little bit on the stock M3, but other than that, it was a serious difference. I debated, saw your videos, I was like, you know what, screw it, let's just go for it. I pulled the trigger, so because this car is supercharged, the shifting is much more rougher sometimes. So they left it at the setting 2 when you turn it on. So it's more of a calm driving during the, you know, off the road streets like this, but when you hit the highway, hit the M button, switches it to the most aggressive. And man, I'm really new to social media, so I'm not really like, I don't know how to brand my stuff, I don't know how to post my stuff up or put what's important, but I'm trying, you know. I just started like when I got the car, so I had the car for about 2 years. I got it in March 2018, so about 2 years and 2 months. I put 20,000 miles on it, so I drove a lot more than the old owner. I found it on Craigslist, the last place I would look for. I mean, I went on AutoTrader, Cars.com, Car Gurus, all those websites, and then I was like, you know what, let me just look on Craigslist. Found this car a little bit skeptical. I was like, whoa, man, you know, 8,000 miles off Craigslist, you know. I hit up the guy. He's like, come on by, come to my house. So he has like a U-shaped parking lot with a car collection, man. Supra with 2 JZs with like 3,000 miles on it. It was insane. Like, this car was just sitting there, yeah, covered. I was like, well, you gonna open it? He was like, just do it. He didn't even want to do it. He was like, just open the car, look at it yourself. Here's the keys. We made a deal. We came to an agreement. He was actually trying to get $52,000 for the car. I agreed at $45,000. He's like, if you shake my hand, the car's yours. Go get the money tomorrow or whenever and bring it to me, and it's all yours. Shook hands, got the car, and it's been mine ever since, man.
Congratulations on having such a nice car.
Yeah, thank you.
If people want to find you on social media, how can they find you?
My Instagram is a little bit complicated. It's just like my license plate, SHDHDV8.
Okay, I'll put it on the screen for you. Cool. So if anyone wants to follow you, they can check out the description box below.
Cool, appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for doing this.
Thank you, man.
My ear.
After a while.
Dude, it's insanely loud. I don't think the camera can pick it up at all. That tunnel run, bro, my ear like blew out completely. That supercharger's going to work.
I can't wait till I upgrade my pulleys. It's gonna be insane, man. Insane. All right, ready, Spencer?
Let's go. That blow valve is so loud. Damn.
This is the reason why I kind of had trouble doing the braking period, man.
Because right away you want to drive super fast.
Exactly. I mean, right now I have it on a little bit of a more aggressive setup than VF suggests. I mean, they say no E85, but I mix a little bit here and there. I love it so much because like it feels like you could daily it whenever you want, but whenever, you know, someone pulls up next to you, or you know, you just want to have some fun, all you gotta do is press the M button, turn traction off, and you're all set. A lot of people who sit in it, they don't expect it to be this raw, this wild. Like this car is insanely wild.
It's very wild.
Yeah, I don't know if the camera can get it, but like in the car, it actually dragged to your seat.
Yeah. That is so loud. Oh, my eyes. Dude, thank you for doing this.
Yeah, of course, brother.
I appreciate it.
Thank you too.
Of course.
Appreciate you.